Yeah, I mean, the last 2 years I've had 2 great races on the island. I've been happy both years with how I've performed and felt I couldn't really have done any more on the day. We've definitely built on my run this year, so I feel that hopefully I'm going to have one of my best ever runs here. I feel really strong. I mean, I've done some of my best ever runs leading into this race, and some of the numbers and pace that I've been able to hit I couldn't have dreamt of doing last year. So yeah, I hope that I'm going to be in a position at the end of the bike to be able to lay down a run that might be able to mix it up and put some more pressure on Daniela. So I think whatever happens, it's going to be a really exciting race. Yeah, it's crazy to be back. We're staying at the same pad as last year. We've kind of pimped it up a little bit, so we have an endless pool in there behind us now. But I can't actually believe it's been a whole year. It's been super fast. So much has happened this year, and yeah, it feels so good to be back, but I can't believe I'm back already. I mean, I had probably the biggest off-season I've ever had. So Reese and I got married in December, which meant I took pretty much 2 months completely off of training. As soon as I crossed the line in Kona last year, I was like, off-season is here, I'm planning a wedding. So I did not a lot of training at all. The only thing I did was run, because it was easy just to get out and run, but I didn't do a lot else. So after that, it felt like a real struggle to get fit in January. It was like, I've never been so unfit in my whole life, but I actually managed to get fit pretty quickly, and then decided to race Ironman South Africa in April, and had a pretty good race actually, considering I felt like I'd kind of rushed my prep for the Ironman. So, and then from there it'd been a really good year really. I won there, and then went on to do a 3-peat in the Challenge Champs in Slovakia, which was so cool. I really wanted to do that, so pulling that off was a great confidence boost. And then went on to win Challenge Roth this year as well. So yeah, I had some pretty big wins, and then I went to the 70.3 Worlds, had a bit of disappointment there, but actually that probably worked in my favour, because it just gave me that last bit of fire for my final prep for Kona. So yeah, I feel like I've come here and I'm really fit now and ready and raring to go. Yeah, so last big session leading into Kona this year, I had like an hour swim in the morning with some quite high intensity efforts in there, so I could replicate the same kind of fatigue I would get in the Ironman swim. So quite short but hard intense swim, and then we headed straight out onto the bike onto the Queen K it ended up being 3.5 hours, but a lot of that was at race pace and race intensity, and practicing my race nutrition as well, which is something we've focused a lot on this year, is trying to get the nutrition right. did a brick run in the energy lab, which was just over 8K. Again, kind of building to race pace, which felt really good. It's never actually felt that good to be running off the bike in kind of my last big session with a lot of fatigue. So yeah, all things are pointing in the right direction. I was really happy with that last session. Yeah, so for those who don't know, my husband Reese is my coach. He's pretty much been my coach since I was a swimmer. He's always kind of been the person that gives me the best advice. So I trust his knowledge as a coach, and he always helps me. We train together all the time as well, so I think that helps sometimes. But yeah, we haven't really changed a great deal this year. I mean, Reese has always been well into looking at all the data and stuff, but I think I've maybe taken more of an interest in it this year, which probably has helped. But yeah, like I said, we train side by side every day, so a lot of it just comes down to Reese observing me every day and kind of adjusting things on the go to make sure that it all works. But yeah, it's been a great year. We haven't changed a huge amount, but I think this year we've focused a lot more on the nutrition coming into this race, which is something that maybe has got left behind before. So I feel a lot more confident that that's going to work on race day. I think you can always have a race plan, but when it comes to racing here in Kona, you have to be really adaptable because the conditions are so tough. Everyone is fighting because it's a world championship. So for me, my strategy is always there, but then I'm always willing to kind of adapt on the go. And I know how to race. I love racing. So for me, I'm just a born competitor, and whatever happens, I'm just going to go out there and give it everything. And probably sometimes that doesn't play into my favour because I just go as hard as I can from the gun and see what happens. But that's how I like to race, and I feel like I'm getting strong enough to be fit enough to kind of do that from the gun and hang on all the way in the run. It's so difficult. I mean, last year I've come second, and then the year before I came second, so I've always been at the pointy end of the race. I definitely want to win this race. That's what I'm going to come here and try and do. But if it doesn't happen, it's going to depend on kind of the circumstances, because if I went out there and gave it my all like I did last year, I couldn't be disappointed. So I'll be racing for the win, but if it doesn't happen, then as long as I gave it everything, crossed the line and had nothing left, then I think I'll be happy. Me and my dad have a motto that is death before DNF. So my whole family is so competitive, but pretty much unless I'm dying, I will be finishing the race, whatever happens. So yeah, just never give up.
Would you do that to the point of for a win as well?
Definitely. I think if I'm not laying on the floor after the finish, then I haven't put enough into the race.
Aloha from the big island of Hawaii. I just want to thank Lucy for letting us come into her life and record all the behind the scenes, shoot her big sessions. None of that would be possible without you guys and your help and your support. So thank you so much for encouraging me, sending me awesome messages, also buying merchandise. Like I said again, the only way we're able to do these series is from your support. So if you go to talbotcox.com, you can get these wicked shirts. I've gotten so many messages about them. I'm not selling them here on the island. They're all online. It's like a foil, golden foil, so it looks super cool. With that being said, we're gonna keep pumping out more videos heading your way, and be sure to share these with your friends and keep watching. Mahalo.